All right, guys, I'm back. Just got the 3-hole oil change done over by my buddy Mike from Tour Custom Cycles. He looked over the bike. Everything is on the up and up, so I don't have to do anything. And why is that? Because let me shut the garage really quick so you guys could get a good view of what we're going to be talking about today. So as you guys know, bunch of things that I did. 12-inch Sport Flare Clockworks windshield, right? Got that. I got the Memphis Shades handguards. I got the Stage 2 audio, the amp and the speakers from Harley Davidson. Thrashing Supply bar and risers, 9.5-inch kickback riser, mid-bend bar. Mounted the quad lock right to the top clamp. What else did we do? Quad lock phone holder, Thrashing Supply floorboards and foot controls, Chrome Works slip-on mufflers in chrome. They look and sound great. I got the Screaming Eagle Stage 1 tuner in it. And I also have the Wedge Screaming Eagle air cleaner. I love it. I love that air cleaner. Oh, we also got front and back, don't forget, Wilbur suspension, the Nevo mat, just for this trip, because that Nevo mat suspension is actually going to be able to keep the back of the bike level no matter how many pounds of weight I have in my rickrack bag. And when I take it off, say once we get to Milwaukee, I got to take my luggage off, my rickrack luggage off, put it in a hotel. We're going to be riding around for 3-4 days. The level of the bike is not going to change. It's always going to be level due to that rear Wilbur's Nevo mat suspension setup. What else did we do? We got the Apple CarPlay, obviously, adapter. You guys already know about that. I got the P54 Thrashing rear passenger pegs. I'm going to be using them just to stretch out my legs. Oh, okay. So as far as custom dynamics, obviously this bike is new. It's a 2024, Saddleman Road sofa with the backrest. That's what we're going to be using for the long distance trip. I also have in the closet, a Saddleman step up tuck and roll. But we're going to be using this with the backrest for the long trip. As you guys know, parts for these models kind of are scarce. And as soon as they come out, they're literally the next day, they're off the shelf. They're flying off the shelf. One, because it's a new bike, it's a new model. Two, because the aftermarket manufacturers have been working diligently and very hard to put out these products so we could all have them. But because the demand is so high now, I guess, and they're just starting to make these products, they don't have that much on hand. So sometimes you just got to wait. So as far as the custom dynamics, let me show you guys what I did in a previous video. I took out the stock lights that kind of sit flush here, and I put in, this is a rickrack black cover plate that goes on first, and then the custom dynamics chrome filler panel light. Really, really super, super bright. But I will tell you, once you remove, people were asking me this also, once you remove the back tail lights, which kind of are flush with the back of the bag, these are about, 5-6 inches recessed in between the bag and the fender. So people are asking, like, if all you have is that, you see when I turn the camera, if there's a car off a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, they might not be able to see what you're doing, especially if you have a left turn signal on. They probably won't be able, they might see a little bit of reflection off the fender and stuff like that, but they're really not going to be able to see it. That's why we installed the Custom Dynamics bag lights. Beautiful. Look how streamlined they are. As well as the Custom Dynamics bag hinge light. So let me turn on the lights, and the reason why I want to show you this, it's not only because obviously you know how I feel about lighting. Super, super important to be seen, especially, obviously in the front with nice bright lights, headlight, fog lamps, if you're going to be riding a lot in the dark or what have you. And then obviously in the dark or even during the day, The back of the bike has to be lit up well so people see when you're braking. I've been hearing about a lot of accidents, people getting hit in the back. What is that due from? Yeah, it's probably due to people having their head up, you know, their you know what, not paying attention, a lot of that. But a lot of times the bikes, I see it all the time. A lot of people's bikes are not lit up properly in the back. They have minimal lights, very dim lights. A lot of times they like the look of a smoked lens. I don't like that because that makes the light really, really dim. So that's why I don't like that. All my lights in the back are red, even the turn signals. Super bright, clear plastic, clear lenses with red LED bright lights. And that's another reason, like I said, why people get hit in the back is because people just can't see or they see too late when you start braking. So that's why I always like to have good lighting. So because we have those filler panel lights that are nestled, recessed in between the fender and the bag, but let me tell you, they're so bright. But I'm only talking about kind of like on an angle, if a car is kind of a little bit on an angle. So like I said, we resolved that with the bag lights and the hinge lights. This way, if a car is on this angle, they're going to be able to see that bag light. And whether they're at this angle or even if they're off, maybe I should say parallel to you, riding parallel to you, right next to you, they're going to be able to see your hinge light. Otherwise, if you didn't have the hinge light, if you put a signal on, just say they were a little bit scooched to the back of you like that, and just say maybe you didn't see that person in your mirror and you turn on your signal and you start going over. Maybe that person will see what, you know, or think or see what you want to do and maybe give you a little horn, give you a little honk. And this way it'll just tell people, or, you know, you're going to show people exactly what you want to do, what's on your thoughts, what's on your mind. And this way they're going to be able to see you. So that's why I like it, especially if you're going to be leading a ride, like me, Sandy, and Danny. Primarily, I'm going to be leading the 10,000 mile ride or cross-country trip. I want the guys to be able to see me very, very clearly. So let me throw on the lights and show you guys how it looks. All right, so let me just do this really quick. So we got the hinge light, we got the bag light, and we have our two filler panels, bag light, and hinge light. I love how it looks. I love it. The whole back of the bike is lit up. I just love it. Absolutely love it. It is so bright. Maybe, I don't know if this is going to help. Let me shut the light. Yeah, maybe that's going to help. So you see how nice that looks. And trust me, when it's pitch black, it is blindingly bright. So now, excuse me, let me put on the hazards. So as you guys can see, the filler panel lights are flashing, and then the bag lights are kind of sequential, you know, going from inside of the bike to the outside of the bag. And then you also have the hinge lights flashing. Like, look, even if I come on this angle, just like I said, or even if I come parallel to the bike, you can see, you know what I'm trying to do. You know what I want to do. And now you don't have any more of that kind of, I'm gonna call it a blind spot. There's no more blind spot because, like, as you guys could see now in this position, you really can't see the filler panel lights because these bags, I think there's the kind of the well is deeper than on the older bikes. I could be wrong, but it just feels like the well is a little deeper where the pocket where the filler panel light gets installed. I think because the bag may stick out back further because they are bigger bags. So it's like, I'll call it the blind spot, but now you have no more blind spots because now you could clearly visibly see the two bag lights and this hinge light. So now let me throw on a signal. Yeah, look how nice that looks. So all three, filler panel light, bag light, and also I'm going to put the camera down over here so I can show you guys this. right? You got all three, but then let me scoot you over in the middle a little bit. But now watch, I put the brake. So you can see that, and then let me shut that off. See how bright that is? Oops, sorry. So just so you guys know, when you apply the signal, all three lights, whichever signal you're using, all three lights are going to flash. If you're using this side, all three lights are going to flash. Using the right side, all three lights flash. When you're not using the signal or the hazards, all of the lights are on all of the time. But when you hit the brake, the filler panel lights and the bag lights go super bright, but the side hinge lights do not change. Just so you guys know. I love it. Look at that. Absolutely love it. So yeah, so now I'm going to feel super confident that the guys are going to be able to see me. We're going to be riding 12, 14-hour days. We're going to be doing a lot of riding at night, and I'm sure, almost positive that we're going to be doing a lot of riding in the rain. So I definitely want the back of the lights to be super bright so the guys see me on the long trip. That's without a doubt. Super important. I always say that to you guys ever since I started YouTube, even with Silverback. Lighting is crucial. Lighting equals safety. And I want to get home to my family. And if your bike is really visible and you have great lighting, it's just going to make the ride that much more comfortable. And just like riding and you have great lighting in the front, super important. Your eyes don't strain as much. If the road is very well lit up, it's just that much more comfortable and a joy to ride. I don't want to have to be straining or maybe slowing down a lot just because I can't see the road ahead of me. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys, that's it. Next video, I'm gonna bring you guys a packing video because I really got to get packing because we're leaving literally in a couple days. I'm gonna show you guys. A lot of you guys requested the video. I'm gonna show you guys what I bring on a 1 month long almost trip, 10,000 miles. Let me know what you guys think about the lights. I'll have a link to all the lights that I'm using down in the video description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one, and peace out.